The woman went to the police station to do cleaning for the first time and discovered a loophole in the police's case. Handling. She threw away the lollipop in her hand, her mind racing. She immediately realized that the police had mistaken the victim for the murderer. She crossed out the word suspect and wrote victim below it. The next day, Sheriff Mike was very angry when he saw this. Fortunately, the surveillance cameras in the police station had recorded everything that happened last night. The police found her and warned that interfering with a criminal case could land her in prison. The cleaner looked innocent, saying that she was just trying to correct a mistake and was completely unaware of the seriousness of the matter. Mike angrily stated that as the police chief, it was not a cleaner's place to meddle, but the female leader ignored the sheriff and took out the file, asking the cleaner to explain. Next, it was Ella's time to reason.
You've got a dead body. I'm assuming you think this lady offed her husband, but that's not possible. Look at this room. Look at this couch. All of these pillows are evenly spaced with alternating colors. Check out these shelves. Those objects are perfectly sized. Even the choice of metals is consistent. This house is immaculate. The owner is a tidiness freak, except all of these curtains are fastened with a tie back except for one for some reason. That's odd, isn't it? You're telling me this woman who meticulously arranges her couch pillows doesn't care about her curtains? So the tie back must have been used for something else. See, look, you've got hairs stuck to the chair leg. Somebody put tape around it, ripped it off, the glue stayed, and trapped the little bits.
The samples are at the lab. We found no tape at the scene.
That means someone was tied up with the curtain cord and taped to the chair around their ankles. And since there are no marks on the victim's wrist, it wasn't him who was tied up. Which means there was a third person. We have Lynette tied to the chair, victim on the ground, and our unknown bondage freak who was either kidnapped or bumped off Lynette. That's the person you need to find.
Listening to the cleaner's rigorous reasoning, even someone like Jack, who had been handling cases for decades, couldn't find any flaws, but he still wasn't fully convinced. He said that they needed to check the surrounding surveillance to truly prove that there was a third person at the scene.
We have the surveillance footage. A woman was seen entering the house at the time of the murder.
The third person!
However, in the end, the cleaner was locked in a confinement room for violating the regulations. The sheriff had to admit that Ella's reasoning was correct, and they had to abandon the previous clues and look for a new direction. Fortunately, the surveillance near the crime scene showed that a girl had been to the scene on the day of the incident. Although the girl firmly denied it, she had no alibi. Just as Mike was about to identify this girl as the prime suspect, the cleaner casually glanced at the computer and found that this video was not from the day of the incident. The sheriff was very angry about her meddling in the case, but the female leader didn't mind. She hoped Ella could point out what was wrong. It turned out that the wind direction in the video should have been southeasterly, but in this season, in the city, the wind direction should be northwesterly. The wind direction could be inferred by observing the leaves in the video.